When it comes to DC video games, I'd say from about 2009 to 2017 was probably the peak era when it came to DC video game content. For all of us who grew up with the games that released in this time frame, we were straight up feasting, and WB was just cooking non-stop. Everything from the Batman Arkham franchise to the Injustice games, Lego Batman 1, 2, and 3, Telltale Batman, DC Universe Online. Seemed like the future for DC gaming was heading towards a pretty good spot, but then nothing. No, literally from 2018 all the way up to until 2022, we didn't get any DC video games. Not even Lego games were getting released. During this time, there were also a lot of rumors going around of different canceled developed projects within Rocksteady and WB Montreal, like a Suicide Squad game or a Batman Beyond game or a Superman game, etc. We were starving so bad, we had to rely on content creators covering BS rumors and leaks about upcoming DC game projects that never came to fruition. Now, some of it had some merit to it, specifically when it came to like concept art to the Batman Beyond game by WB Montreal that were reportedly developing. So pretty much from 2017 to 2022, we didn't get any DC games worth talking about. And before Gotham Knight's release, we didn't even get an open world AAA game since Arkham Knight in 2015.
Jesus Christ.
And to be honest, the release of Gotham Knights didn't help with the Batman oversaturation allegations, not to mention the fact that the game ended up turning out to be a
2-pack of ass. Shit stinks.
Okay, the game isn't bad or horrible, but man, imagine blue balling fans for almost a decade since the release of your last game, having fans get excited just waiting for the next project to release, and this is what you give us? We gave y'all all this time to cook and y'all give us school food essentially. If Batman Arkham and Marvel Spider-Man are like cuisine, New York style pizza that everyone craves, then Gotham Knights is like that crusty school pizza the lunch ladies be giving it with the stale cheese and the garbage tomato sauce. And we all know Rocksteady is working on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which was supposed to release this year, but the internet cooked the gameplay so badly they delayed the game by a whole nother year. I know the Arkham subreddit is in shambles right now. And the concurrent problem obviously stems from the lack of content, but also game trends I'm seeing pop up with superhero game releases like Marvel's Avengers and Gotham Knights and now Suicide Squad all have multiplayer components that no one really asked for. My excitement for Gotham Knights, before the game came out had absolutely nothing to do with the co-op mechanic, which honestly hindered the development process for the game, I feel. Not having co-op be a separate mode and implementing untethered co-op into the main game was the primary reason for the 30 FPS lock on console, and the design of the map levels throughout the game, making sure all gameplay mechanics can fit solo or two-player co-op. If Gotham Knights was just a single player, it probably would have turned out just a bit better, not to mention that's all anyone was really asking for. We all know the disaster that was Marvel's Avengers when the grind elements and the mediocre gameplay. Bro, that game was so mid they essentially stopped all support of it. And then you had the showcase of Rocksteady's Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. The red flags were already apparent with the co-founders of Rocksteady, Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker, leaving the company at the end of 2022. Now, I do hope Suicide Squad turns out alright, considering it would be almost 9 whole years since the release of Arkham Knight and Kill the Justice League.
That's actually the worst pain a human could feel. I could write an entire diss track just about the pain.
But the public reception after the State of Play showcase was just, yeah, let's just say the criticism was definitely heard, to say the least. You know that scene in Jujutsu Kaisen 0 when Gojo gave Miguel that racially motivated combo?
What?
I feel like that's a perfect representation of how people were flaming the Suicide Squad gameplay. Bro, Gojo gave this man a double-digit piece combo with a side of disrespect like he was Nikocado Avocado ordering at your local McDonald's. Yeah, let me get a number 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. This also reminded me when Gotham Knights released the Nightwing and Red Hood gameplay demo back in May of 2022, which did the game absolutely no favors. I'm sure that Kaka having gameplay solidified people's concerns for the game. Like, I don't know whose little brother was playing as Red Hood throughout that demo, cause golly. And just looking at the current decline of DC gaming due to the lack of content, it just makes you wonder, how did they fall off so badly? Like, damn. And what's even more frustrating is how Marvel has just been straight up cooking since 2018. Marvel's Spider-Man in September 2018, Miles Morales and Marvel's Avengers in the latter half of 2020. Yes, I know Marvel's Avengers was still garbage, but still a release. Guardians of the Galaxy in 2021, along with the announcement of Marvel Spider-Man 2 and Marvel's Wolverine during the State of Play showcase, both of which are being developed by Insomniac. Marvel Spider-Man Remastered and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Remastered released on PC in 2022, and now in 2023 we got Marvel Spider-Man 2 releasing sometime in the fall. Like, goddamn, let them brothers cook. And that's not even mentioning the other myriad of Marvel characters getting their own titles, like the upcoming Iron Man game, the Captain America and Black Panther hybrid game set in World War II. Meanwhile, DC games Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment really needs to start branching out with allowing other developers to working on DC projects. Like, just do what Marvel's doing, so you can have a myriad of different publishers tackle different characters instead of just relying on Rocksteady and WB Montreal to cook the games for you, because you did that and it's been 8 years since the last good open world DC game. It's kind of like when EA had the exclusive license to Star Wars games, but since the deal with Disney expired, you got other Star Wars projects from different publishers already in development, like Ubisoft's open world Star Wars game, Star Wars Eclipse from Quantic Dream, Respawn's first person shooter Star Wars game, and Skydance 2 Media's game. Having different publishers make a Flash game, or I don't know, a goddamn Superman game, for crying out loud. The amount of neglect on my man's Kal-El when it comes to him getting his own game is just downright disrespectful. I swear, if y'all don't put your act together, I'm gonna march down to WB myself and wreak some havoc. Monolith working on a AAA Wonder Woman game is a good start if they are indeed actually planning out branching out with other developers, while WB Montreal works on their second project and Rocksteady polishes Suicide Squad. Go ahead and reach out to other developers so we don't leave us out here to starve again. The dryness of the content has gotten so bad that Arkham subreddit has descended into pure madness and delusion. Hypothetical examples of future DC games people would like to see include maybe like a Green Arrow game in the style of a Tomb Raider, or a grand scale Green Lantern game, Justice League game, Teen Titans, Injustice 3 maybe. Like, just give us something. I'm telling you, if you just help develop any one of those games I just listed and they're actually good and not mediocre, I promise you, you'll be swimming in cash, WB. It doesn't matter how popular of an IP a game is based on. If the game doesn't look all that, people will not be willing to spend $70+ on some mid. WB Montreal and Square Enix, take notes. So to take anything from all this, please get your act together, WB. Branch out, make some fire content for the fans, take a page out of Marvel's book if you have to, and more importantly, give me my goddamn Superman game. Like, where is